Hello and welcome. If you're new here, sorry for this weird intro. If you're not new here, welcome back and thanks for being here. I've always believed in full transparency, especially on my YouTube channel, because I feel like it's the only place that I'm like really myself on the internet, you know? And welcome to my bed, because this morning I had my first panic attack in 4 years, which is crazy because I thought that was so behind me, but I had a moment where I just like got so in my head and yeah, had a total panic attack. It was crazy. I was like, wow, this sucks. I forgot how much this sucks. So if you have anxiety, I understand. I love you. I'm here for you. And anyways, I'm feeling a little bit better. Today's my only day off before the weekend, and I really wanted to film. So, and I had all these plans, you know, it's always on a day where you're like, okay, I have to get all this stuff done, and now I'm glued to my bed. So, yes, I'm drinking more coffee, and I don't care what you say about how I shouldn't. I'm tired. Panic attacks take a lot of your energy away from you. So the coffee that I had this morning that maybe induced my panic attack, it got negated by the panic attack, so I needed another one. From the comfort of my bed to the comfort of your bed, we're gonna make a mood board. This is something that I actually was already working on as an idea, and I'm gonna show you the way that I do it, which is Lazy Girl Edition, how to make a mood board. You're never gonna guess what I do, how I make mood boards. You're never gonna guess it. Sometimes Lazy Girl even makes her thumbnails in this same exact way. It's hilarious, but it's true. I will make them using Instagram stories. So I'm gonna screen record. I'm gonna let it be right here, and then we're gonna talk about how to actually make a mood board, regardless if you want to use Photoshop or whatever, Canva, however you want to make it. I'm going to do it Lazy Girl Edition. I'm going to make it using Instagram stories. So here we go. You want to start with the pieces in your space that you're definitely keeping or you can't change. For example, you want to have, and this is important, either the wall color or your floor color and whatever pieces of furniture. That's where you're gonna start. Take a picture of your floor, take a picture of your sofa that you're definitely keeping or whatever it is. Find like a paint swatch or something that's very close if you didn't paint your walls. Plug those all in first. So I'm going to find a picture of my sofa because I don't want to get up. And it doesn't even have to be like your whole sofa. Like you can zoom in and just take like a screenshot of, you know, just to get like your fabric. I need a picture of my floor, so I'm gonna take a picture of my floor. Literally trying to do this so lazy, I'm refusing to get out of bed. Okay, and my walls are white, so I'm not gonna include the paint color because the walls don't really affect, but if that's something that, or maybe you've chosen a paint, put that in there. So to start with a blank backdrop, I'm just gonna take a picture of a blank note. I'm gonna open up Instagram, and then you're just gonna add your first image. So my first image is gonna be my sofa, and I'll tap through till it's, actually I think I do want it to be square. Okay. Also, a first step is something that you definitely are going to get. Maybe it's not something that you're gonna buy right away, but you know that you love this one chair or whatever. Again, even if you can't buy it right away, or even if you know that you're just gonna get it eventually, put it in there because you already chose it. You're obsessed. We're gonna throw it in. So we're gonna, for example, use like the chair that I would like to order through our house. I just haven't done it yet. I can't really do that chair because it's a custom fabric. I'm just gonna find something similar for the sake of this video. Okay, this is fine. I don't really love those like little tufted bits, but girl. That's what we're doing. So I'm gonna put that in. I'm also gonna find a picture of a big lantern because I already have that in my living room, but let's say you know you're gonna get one. Just find like an image that has no background. Save that. We're gonna throw it in. I'm gonna put it up there. Okay. So she's coming together. She's pretty cute. Now, part of building a mood board is you have to find the pieces that you want to include. Let's say you keep seeing the same things on Pinterest that you're really into. Like you really want to have a pop of red somewhere, maybe a chartreuse accent somewhere, and start looking for those pieces that you can actually buy. And I think that this is important because even if you want to try to thrift for these said items, having the backup of something that you can buy just as like a placeholder is going to be helpful, I think, visually. So let's say you want somewhere to do like red sconces. Wow, I don't know what this lighting is, but this is the second light we're pulling from here, and this is really cool. And I'm upset because it would have been really good for a project I was working on with my in-laws. Oh, it's so good. How much is this? Okay, we're gonna have to come back to this light at some point. Okay, but I'm gonna put this in. Really want that pop of red somewhere. So cute. And then let's put my rug in there just because I already have it. But let's say you didn't buy the rug yet and you knew that you wanted this rug. You put the rug in. Okay, I want to fix this. It's like distracting how much a blank space there is. Okay, I'm thinking that the green in this chair is too muted. Like I need something a little punchier, something with a little bit more of like a yellow undertone or just less sagey, just something a little more saturated. So I'm actually gonna find a new chair. You know what I'm gonna do actually? This is what I did, my actual mood board that I made for my living room. I'm actually just gonna go grab the swatch of the fabric that I chose. So I'm gonna do that instead. It's not perfect because it's like a little grainy, but it's fine. At least we're gonna get like a better idea of the color. And maybe I'll still not like it, but we're gonna try. Yeah, I do think that's better. Let's also throw something in that's like, let's say I really want a chartreuse accent pillow on the sofa. I'm gonna find one of those. Okay. I'm gonna just try to pull this one, even though it's not exactly right. Maybe I'll find a better one later. No, I hate it. No. I'm gonna throw in Elliot's drawing easel architecture. What is that called? Drawing board. It might like junk up my board a little bit, but I want to try. I like it. I'm also gonna put in my coffee table that I made, but let me see if I have a photo of my coffee table that doesn't bother me. It's fine. Best I can do. It's fine. I need to move on. Okay. Something that you should keep in mind when you're trying to consider things to put in the mood board is what's something that you pin all the time, or, you know, images that you save all the time. Like, for example, if you're constantly saving images with a paper lantern for your light fixture as a light fixture, you should probably put that in your mood board because chances are you really like that. Or you keep seeing like a chartreuse curtain. I know I keep saying chartreuse. You know, put those in and see how you like it. So play around with things that you pin all the time. So let's actually just go on Pinterest what I'm pinning. This is for another video that I'm working on, but yeah, so okay. So this is an image where I liked a lot of what's going on here, but I definitely liked that little pillow. So I'm gonna pull in that pillow because I think that's gonna be the best I can do to find the pillow that I'm looking for. I feel like the wood needs to be bigger. I wish I didn't do that. Back to Pinterest. Yeah, okay, let's say you want floating credenza like this. So we'll put that in there. Okay, let's say you have a piece of art that you have in mind, or you want a piece of art, you're buying a print. Let's put the art in. I'm gonna go take a picture of the piece that's in my living room because that's what I want in my living room because it's in there and I like it. Cute. Okay, definitely coming together. I feel like I need one other thing. Oh, let's include, I had FrameBridge custom frame a photo of Elliot and I. So let's put that in there because I feel like that's gonna round something out. So put something sentimental in your room. I don't know. Okay, I feel pretty good about this. There's a lot going on in here, but I also think that that's fun. So I'm gonna save this. Now, let's say you wanna make some adjustments. We've already saved this version. Let's say you're considering a different chair. So let's take out that color from there and we're gonna do a chair with like wood on it, how that would kind of affect the space. So let's pull this one in. Also love that. That's cute. Okay. Okay, let's swap out the lighting or something. Okay, let's consider maybe instead of this blue frame, we're gonna take that out. We're gonna take out the red sconce and we're gonna take out, so let's say I want a red frame instead. Sure, we're considering these from Etsy. And let's do something maybe a little more upscale of a light fixture. Let's put these in first. Okay. So we have the blue sconce instead. And we have the red frame. Which I do really like. But let's do something more dramatic as a light fixture. Sure. I don't like it. Something just like a little bit different, more texture. I'm gonna save it even though I know I don't like it as much. But let's put the red sconce back in and the blue frame. I think I want to, I'm gonna save it, but I'm gonna swap out the chair for something cooler. Like this one. If I found a chair like this, I would die 100 deaths. So cool. All right, let's save it. I want to try to find one more chair and then I'm gonna stop. Yeah, it's just something like more subtle, I guess. People are probably like, this is your idea of a subtle chair. Yeah, it is. Ah, so cute. Okay, let's look at our creations. So this first one is probably the closest to what I already have going on. Obviously, a lot of these things I already have. But I am considering... Yeah, I hate that with the blue. Maybe it's just the wrong blue, but... I don't know. I like the subtle blue that's just in that, on that frame that I already have. Yeah, like in there. The red's fun, but I could see myself getting sick of that at some point, you know? This is kind of my favorite. I did not expect to be wanting a chair like this, but it looks so cozy and I like the subtle pattern. But it's still like a neutral, you know? Because I don't know if it's between, you know, if it's between this and my original, you guys. Okay, well, wait. I need to put my light fixture back in because I already have it. And I'm not getting rid of it. That's so cute. I just love this color on the legs of the chair. That finish is really pretty. It's like a very red stain, and I like that. It's like a subtle pop of red, and it really goes nice with the art that I have in there. It's not what I expected to happen from this video. Not at all. But I really like that a lot. Okay. So that's how I make a mood board. It starts with the pieces that you already have or that you know you're gonna get, and then you just kind of play around. But I just thought it would be fun to share. You guys can play around with mood boards. First of all, that made me feel better. So if you are doom scrolling in bed, what you can do instead is make a mood board, and maybe that'll make you feel better. Something like a little project to work on. But also, I didn't expect to also learn something from this. That chair was like a kind of a... I mean, I already had that chair saved because I liked the chair. I already had it saved on Pinterest, but I didn't expect to like pull that into the mood board and it potentially be something that I want. That's all for this video. I hope it was helpful. I don't know how clear I was about any of the points that I was trying to make. If you have any questions, I'll answer them in the comments. Whatever, I always answer comments because I appreciate them. So I want you to know that. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, do the likes, do the comments if you feel so inclined. It makes my day. Okay, I'll see you guys next time. Love you, bye.